Aloha, it's Madison here. Welcome to day 2 of the Yoga Asana Challenge. 30-day Yoga Asana Challenge. Today is our second day. Thank you for coming back. Honor yourself in this moment, please, for taking this time for yourself to practice your asana practice and to take a little time to take care of your body. Give your body a little tender loving care, a little TLC. Our pose today is going to be a plank pose. And we can get to plank pose from our tabletop position that we practiced yesterday. So starting in an easy seat as we did yesterday, if you'd like to, or just hopping on down into your tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and get into that tabletop position. I trust that you remember how to do it. So go ahead and spread your fingers with your palms flat on the earth below the shoulders. And you might want your palms to actually be a little bit more forward on your mat if you are on a mat. It's not necessary at all to be on a mat, but because we're going to step back on our mat if you are on a mat. So tabletop position, fingers spread very wide, having that doming effect in your upper body. And kind of imagine that you are pulling your palms away from each other, but without moving them. It's just that action in the upper body. You should feel a stretch in your upper back. Really pushing in strong into the upper back. And when you're feeling ready, you're going to go ahead and walk your toes back. You can start with one foot. Feel what that feels like. Tuck toes. Take a deep breath in and walk your other toes back. Tuck toes. So your palms should be directly under your shoulders. If they're not, go ahead and make sure that they are shoulder distance apart. Spreading the fingertips wide. This is a strong pose. This can be a challenging pose, and Western exercise culture, I think, makes plank pose a little bit scarier than it needs to be. It's really just a present moment awareness. So go ahead and tighten up in your abdominal and in your core muscles, in your back muscles, your glutes, your legs. Everything is working in this pose. Upper arms, lower arms, hands, wrists. Take deep belly breaths. You should have a straight line in your spine so your chakras are all aligned, looking forward slightly. Taking deep breaths in through your belly. And when you're ready to come out of it, you're slowly going to drop down onto the mat, really slowly with control. Maybe do a deep exhale through your mouth if you want to. Deep breath in through your belly. And sighing it out. It's an active pose as long as it's comfortable for your body. And if you are on a ground that you don't want your face on, hopefully you are. It's nice to, ideally, when you're doing yoga, to be able to lay your third eye onto the earth. But if you'd rather not, you can always put your hands under your head, so you can stack them, create a little space, a little pillow for yourself. You can put your head to one side or to the other side. And this plank pose is inspired by sun salutation practice. So in a sun salutation, this is a little bonus for you if you are interested. When we come into that plank pose and we come down to this flat lying on the ground, there's something called a chaturanga, and it is popular in vinyasa yoga, and it is commonly practiced in sun salutations. And so when we are in our plank position, how we do a chaturanga is we slowly come forward. So we're coming forward and tucking the toes under. So kind of just like coming over from a tucked toe to a flat foot, flat toes. And so you come forward and then you slowly drop down into like a push-up, and you don't come all the way down to the ground. You lift yourself up. You bring your chin up to the sky. And you take deep, deep belly breaths. This is an inhale pose. And when you exhale, you flip your toes back over and you exhale into a downward facing dog, which is bringing your hips up to the sky, straightening out in your legs, dropping the heels to the earth if it is in your practice. If it's too tight, that's totally fine for the heels to not be on the ground. It's not about how flexible you are. It's about being present with your body, mind, and spirit on the mat. There's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever feels good to your body. So coming back into your plank pose, you can come into it with your knees on the ground if that's comfortable for you, or with your knees off of the ground. Coming back into an easy seat if you'd like to, or if you're still planking, you're quite strong. So I hope that you, I mean, we're all strong though, but like, wow, if you were planking for that whole time, that would be really impressive. I cannot plank for that long yet. Thank you so much for being here with me today on day 2 of our 30-day yoga asana practice challenge, if you would like to call it a challenge. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I'm so grateful that you took this time for yourself. Mahalo and namaste.